Well, hello and welcome back. My name is Holiday Duck.
Hey guys, what's going on? Turbo here, and tonight we have Friday Night Procast with Clockwork going up against Web. I'm ready to get everything started here. Doc, what do you say?
This is one of our first show matches we've done here on Yoush Live, but this is not going to be the last. This is a weekly event. So if you are not already subscribed, make sure you do so, as this is going to be the start of something that I really feel is going to help join the communities together. As you all know, COD XP was announced today, $1 million tournament. I think we're going to see just a stupid amount of people start picking up the Call of Duty competitive bandwagon. So this is going to be a good way to get informed, get in the know-how, and I'm going to be bringing on different casters as much as possible, get as many informed people on the show as I can, and I'm really excited to get underway.
Yeah, absolutely. That the COD XP is going to be huge, man. The $1 million tournament, but then right before that, we actually have MLG Dallas. So we're going to see some teams kind of working their way into that, but then maybe some teams who are getting prepped for COD XP playing that league play online. We might even see them come out to the next following MLG.
Not to mention, we have UMG somewhere in between the mix.
Absolutely.
So I'm not sure when the dates are going to be announced, but this is a huge year for Call of Duty competitive. There's I'm guessing we're going to see anywhere between $1 million and $2 million in prize pool for the Call of Duty Pro Circuit and other various events in the USA. So there's a lot of money to be grabbed. If you have the team, you have what it takes to really grind this game out. Well, this could be your year to make something big of yourself, and a lot of teams are coming out of the woodwork. That's why I've decided to feature Web here, and I recently read an article about Web over on ESN, which is a fantastic website. Love what they're doing, and Web is coming up. They're a team. They got family on the team. There's a team of brothers, and
nice.
yeah, so it's just all these teams are coming out, and I really want to showcase a lot of that. Not to mention, get pro teams in here as well. But we're going to start off with Clockwork and Web, and I'm going to tell these guys that we're ready to go.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you guys don't know, Clockwork has made their way up.
Hey guys,
starting around the Frag Cup area, and then they moved their way up into the MLG or into the UMG this past event. So let's see how they go. And I think they were. I don't want to say like amateurs back in Modern Warfare 3, but
I definitely wouldn't call them amateurs.
Absolutely.
There was, I would say if you're making money at the game, you're semi-pro. That's what I like to say. And they've definitely made some money tournaments and everything like that. Right off the start, I'm on board with Call of Duty Web for the Team Mercs, and we're playing Hardpoint on Standoff. You want to break down this map for us real quick?
Yeah, absolutely. On this map, Standoff, the first Hardpoint is in the middle. This map is pretty much the most equal start off, I feel, for any Hardpoint map that there is out there. So it's definitely a battle for this first Hardpoint. And then abruptly, right after, you do have the hardpoint back in the spawn where Web has started. So they want to keep that hardpoint, and that is just a big battle right there. But the score right now isn't too much of a differential, but we do see, if we pop into the overview, that they have flipped spawns. So Web is going to have to fight their way back to their original spawn point.
No real dominating players on the board yet either. Sender is picking up a few kills here and there. He's controlling bottom wood very nicely, racking up those score points for the skills or score streak, but really they're both just kind of hesitant on pushing on that hard point. No team really wants to get dominated or get three-pieced on there, and it's just all at war so far.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to jump on board here with Forte from Web with 6 seconds left in the hard point. He's pushing around gas station already, trying to control the next one in the office, but Sender is just going to be sitting back there, and he's going to take him out, protecting the spawn point or the next hard point for his team. So right now, it seems like Clockwork definitely has their not momentum, but I guess you could say their game plan down pat.
Yeah, their game plan is there. They're, taking advantage of the spawns and utilizing, positions on the map to guarantee that, they're being in place. The anchor is obviously one of the most important roles for a team to play in hardpoint. And it looks like, Web so far has just been getting caught on the run. It's a very difficult thing to do. You got to make sure that your positions are in point. And I just want to briefly talk about one position off the start of this next hardpoint. Right when Sender wrapped around the corner there on the barrel point where he was on that head spot, I recently found out that those barrels is just an image. There's actually no physical barrier. So if you see somebody in that position, it's not a head glitch. It's just a visual effect that they haven't managed to fix yet.
Oh, so you can actually
you just blast directly into the
person?
Yep.
Wow.
And it's
Wow,
yeah, you don't even need FMJ. So that's something to take into account for that position right there. You know, we've got a 25-point difference, and look at Forte coming up back on the spawns there, picking off 2 kills. That was a beautiful time and play right there.
Absolutely, and now Lullaby is the only one in the hard point as Clockwork does have to make their way over to the granny's house, some might call it, and it does look like that Web is controlling that very well. There is 2 now. There's 1 in the hard point. I think that is going to be a Web. Let me see who that is. This is, yep, that's a Lullaby from Web in there, but now the spawn or the hard point is going to swap over. I was in overview map for a second. I don't know why. I want to take a look at their score streaks.
I'm taking a look at that right now. Nobody's standing out.
Call of Duty, though.
Yeah,
look at Call of Duty.
Yeah.
That's really strange. To see a RCXD on a hardpoint map, I don't know. I think that might be a waste right there.
Bad choice, as well as the Hunter Killer is not allowed, so there is a little bit of an issue there. Somebody didn't pay attention, but I don't think he's going to call that in. The RCXD, though, I fully agree, is kind of pointless. Anybody, or when you're playing against this type of skill, they're going to be able to spot that RXD, shoot it out of the air, or shoot it out of the ground before they can even hit you with it, so I don't think it's viable by any means.
Absolutely, and I'm just taking a look at what other people are using as their score streak. Seems pretty even off the board, but Sender, he is pretty. I guess, you know, he does have a big head on himself. He does have that Lodestar in there. might happen, might drop.
Well, look, he's dropping 15 and 6. He's obviously their point man. You know, the guy is just grabbing those kills and stopping the progression of spawns. Maybe he's their anchor. I haven't really seen much positioning from him so far, so I can't really call him the anchor, but he's got a beautiful shot on him using that M8, taking out people where he needs to, and this is a really even game so far as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's jump on board here with Clockwork now, as they do have that spawn, or the hard point. I don't know why I keep calling it spawn, under control, but it is just going to switch now to the original hard point here, and it is control of Web, who just seems to be having that 40-point lead and pretty confident in themselves. And looking at the scores in the kills, not that far apart from Clockwork, but Clockwork not having they actually died a lot more. Yeah. Than the guys from Clockwork, so it's definitely just positioning that's allowing Web to win.
And that's the hard thing about Hardpoint as well. And granted, we're still brand new into the game. Nobody's a veteran Hardpoint player yet. Everybody's still utilizing different parts of the map and trying to figure out these spawns and tactics. And everybody uses these scrims and practice matches as just that. Everybody's got to figure everything out yet. So I think within the next couple months, we'll start to see definitive strategies for every one of these maps, but I haven't been able to spot one yet.
Absolutely. So the score right now is going to be 135-87 in favor of Web. Completely the 50-point lead with 5 minutes left. That's pretty dominating thus far. But Twisted right now from Clockwork is pushed in to the factory. Does spot someone up top. I don't know. That was Forte.
Sender right there. Just going to point this out real quick. Sender single-handedly held down this hard point for him. He walked into back gas station, got 2-3 kills, and he was able to hold this spawn in favor of their team. This is putting valuable points back on the board for O2 here. And if he can manage to get in there just a bit longer, unfortunately wasn't. He finally got taken out, but the rest of his team transferred a little early, if you ask me. It was 25 seconds on the board still. You have three people at the new hard point, one at the previous. That seems kind of risky, if you ask me.
Yeah, it is really risky. I am lagging right now.
We got a little bit of host lag going on, it seems.
Yeah, we are experiencing that, but just to go back to the game, Clockwork positioned themselves very well for the next hard point here. They don't have it. Someone is downstairs. I'm not sure who that was, but he might have been lagging out. I think that might have been Simped from Clockwork, and now we're going to see that it is going to go in favor of Web, who does have 2 people on the top of that hard point. They were positioned, or Clockwork was positioned very well, but then they just lost it in quick seconds. So it might have come to gun skill, might have come to latency issues, but nonetheless, they should have had that hard point, Doc, and they just have to lose it.
I agree. Like, they flopped on that real hard. And if you want to call it a choke, you can do it. You can do it. I'll agree. But there is certain points like that really separates exactly what needs to happen to be able to win these games. You know, the little tiny mistakes that add up and snowball, eventually create that loss. So you got to work on them, make sure it doesn't happen again, communicate a little better with your teammates, maybe work on your positions a little bit better there. But, they're leaving big openings for the other team just to monopolize on.
Absolutely. Looking at the scoreboard, too, to call out some scores. Sender sitting at 25-14. Now, Sender is playing for Clockwork, the team that is down, in fact, about 96 points thus far.
So do you think he's mostly just going for open kills and not really the positional kills that the team needs?
Well, like you said, I have not had the chance to go on board with him too much, but he could just be playing the anchor position where you do need to get the kills down, control that area as well as the hard point so your team can get the proper spawns as well as the next hard point coming up. That could be his job. Like I said, guys from Web. Wow.
He walked in there with that pistol and just raped a little bit of face. Unfortunately, Forte was able to mop that clean up. And here comes the kill streaks a little early, not able to get that three-piece that he was looking for. The spawns are just a little out of touch. Now we're seeing some action go down in the middle of the map. Webb's taking that shot cross map to Sender. And Sender, I think he's getting the kills that he needs to. And just the positioning just wasn't there for the rest of his team to take advantage of, obviously the spawns. But 111 to 250, unexpected if you ask me, because O2 Clockwork, to me, is the veteran team. Web is the up-and-comers. So maybe...
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe we'll see a little bit of a change here next map.
What it could also be, I mean, I never actually thought about this until now, but pub play, well, I'm going to start calling league. League play, which is publicly played, is now starting to directly reflect on competitive play that all of these players have been playing, and now maybe we are getting some new talent, some brand new plays put out there that these guys from Clockwork have never seen because maybe they're just too in the competitive play. Now they're getting some pub plays in there against them, so maybe they don't know how to react, and that could be a possibility.
That's a excellent point. Really, that couldn't have said it better, because as tradition goes, public players always excel in public rooms. Competitive players don't transition to public play as well. They're annoyed by the little parts of the games that they don't feel should be in there. But now we've started to meld the two communities together. We've created the new rule set for the leagues that's going to be cross all competition as far as the USA goes. Now we're seeing those transitions, those really good pub stars. Maybe I don't want to call anybody pub star because
no, not anymore.
That's
league
rude.
Stars,
league stars. But you can't even call people league stars, because if you're a good player at the game, you're a good player at the game, no matter what.
Absolutely.
So if you're excelling at one part of the game and you can transition to competitive, by all means, man, I'll pat you on the back. Good job for you. Let's see what you can bring. Let's see if the other teams can catch up.
Absolutely. You see, so that's what I'm going to be looking for in this next matchup of S&D on Express here, is to see what exactly Web does.
So yeah, see, nobody called Web pub players, but there was just difference in play, and maybe throwing Clockwork for a loop there. And Forte already tweeted at me, he's like, "We aren't pub players, bro." So no harm intended. It was just your different play style kind of threw Clockwork for a loop there, and traditionally we haven't seen you in any sort of competitive setting so far. At least I haven't seen Web play together. So I'm new to watching you guys play, and I'm liking what I see so far. The dominance is there. The rape train is taken off from the factory, and it's landing here in Express now. So we're gonna see Search and Destroy, a favorite game type of mine, and I'm really starting to
stuck.
Huh?
Do you play S&D in pubs? I can't stand it.
No, but competitive watching it is just a ton of fun now.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, totally.
I've never played.
They adjusted.
I've never played Search and Destroy in a pub.
I can honestly say I've never done that either. Not once in this game.
I'd rather just shoot myself in the face, thanks.
Yeah, but hopefully we can get everything started here and see something new, because I need to definitely check out and see what Web has up their sleeve.
You know
I
what?
want to know if they've actually played.
After we do this show match, I think we should get Web in here for a quick interview. I'd love to hear more about these players.
Yeah, the new up-and-coming team Web, and see if they have, some answers. Some answers going up against, I guess we can call them, veterans, maybe experienced. There you go, experienced. That's hard to say, too, because you don't want to call someone out on not being experienced either.
Yeah. So they just told me that they formed right after UMG. So
what were they doing before that?
I couldn't tell you. We'll have to get them in here and ask them.
Dude, I'm ready. Let's do it. All right, so we're going to start everything off now on Express S&D with Clockwork and WEB. I'm on board with a bomb runner. That's going to be Brian Saints from Clockwork, already pushed up into the middle train. I want to pop into an overview, see what the breakout is of both teams. Pushing for that ace side hard is what Clockwork is doing, but they did do a 1-3 split. Oh, that's already 2 down for Team WEB. And now it's a 2v3 situation, but they did split 3-1, 1 on the A side and 3 on the B side, Doc. So we'll see what happens now.
Saint was in a really good position there. He defended the bomb plant, just peeking in the corner, waiting for somebody to rush through, picked up that kill, and the rest of his teammates here, Twisted, was able to clean up the last kill. But just clearing up another tweet I got, nobody called WEB pub kids, so calm down. Calm down. No, we definitely did not.
We just don't know where they came from.
We just don't know where they were coming from, and we did referred to them as league players. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let's switch over. I want to watch Sender because he had an amazing shot from last game. Let's see what he's doing this time. His combination of weapon choice, he's got that pistol, and I'm not a fan of that pistol, to be quite honest. I've watched a couple people single-handedly just use that weapon only in scrims, and it seems like it's a little too powerful.
Yeah, just a little too powerful. That's going to be a 3v1 now.
Wow.
As Saint is going to take out Lullaby WEB. 3v1, 1 minute left on the clock here in favor of Clockwork. Let's see where this final person from WEB is. That is Forte. Yeah. Bomb down as well. I'm just noticing sneaking up here, and he's going to get a shank. Oh, why would you giving away position?
Yeah, I was waiting for the shank too, but then I remembered UMG, where I forget his name, went for the back shank and missed and got turned on. The knife.
Wait, really?
Yeah, the knife is.
Yes. I remember that.
Yeah, the knife isn't reliable in this game. I would be hesitant to use it too myself. But he did give his position away. He's flanking all the way around back to B-bomb, going up into his own bridge, and he does get picked. Center just kind of laying in wait. I don't know if they saw a bomb down because they weren't really in position to watch the bomb, it looks like.
Yeah, they weren't. In the final kill cam here by Sender, taking him out. 2-0 lead right now, though, for Clockwork. Maybe they were just getting warmed up there with some hardpoint. I wanted to scroll around and check out everyone's score streak, see what they're running, anything. Like you said, can't
still
have
see. I'm on board with Brian Saint, and he's got the RXD. I'm confused, really confused about that.
Well, I mean, like you said, you can't use. You guys know you can't use the hunter killer drone anymore.
No,
and that would kill people at the end of the map. Whenever you would in an S&D, whenever someone was defusing, it would go out and kill the last person. But now the RXD has not been banned, I'm pretty sure. RCXD has not been banned, so they're using that now.
Do you think it would work in the same way?
Yeah, absolutely. It does.
Wow, that was a quick cleanup by Clockwork. Bomb got planted, and it seemed like all 3 members went down in a matter of 5 seconds. There's that foul. I don't think we're using select fire in this show match, so that's all trigger finger as he picks off that last headshot. Beautiful play.
Yeah, he's got a modded finger there.
Modded finger. Whoa, watch what you're saying on stream, bro. You're getting me in trouble here. First you're calling people pub players. Now you're accusing of modded trigger fingers. There's no androids, okay? Let's stop the accusations as we go. Quick breakout here. We've got Brian Saint now pushing up into the front side on Blue Street. He's looking for somebody. Nobody went this way. They've got the cutoff on the far side of bottom terminal, and looks like that was a strong push by A. He does get picked. Skill is just watching the backside, picks him off nice and easy.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to be on board here with WEB, who's taking some shots in that top office area. They are all pushed along this side. Skill WEB is going to get another kill, taking out Sender from Clockwork, making it a 2v4 now. So this might be the round where WEB does pick up some confidence in their S&D game and pick up some momentum to maybe carry them out. The bomb is still in hand. Let's see who has it. That is going to be Lullaby from WEB. He is going to try and get it down here on the A site, and he does. Now 45 seconds for Clockwork to make their way.
Yeah.
Ooh, WEB might get the ace here, or Skill might get the ace here. I'm sorry. Is that a trophy system on the A site?
I was just going to talk about that.
Oh, that's an ace, though.
Yeah, that is an ace. Beautiful, beautiful job. Yeah, and that's going to throw some momentum in their favor.
Oh, absolutely. And if I could pull up the scoreboard, I can't on the kill game. I was going to see if that's going to put him above the rest of his teammates in kills, and I think it might, actually. As soon as we can pull this up.
Search and destroy.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, we do have Call of Duty rocking that breadstick, Lullaby doing the donut. But
You're just calling people out, aren't you?
yeah, I don't
You're not
mean
making
to.
friends tonight. You're.
I mean, it's three. They're 3-1 right now. So
Yeah.
that's you got to understand that that's probably a reason why they aren't going down. We have not seen a bomb explosion yet, so or defuse either. So it's definitely going down in kills between these two teams, Doc.
Yeah, so we got two people over on the A bomb side. We've got Clockwork trying to get them out of top control and backside of A. We have one of their players on over. Who is it? Just transfer over. It looks like Sender is watching the backside, so he's going to be taking care of flank.
Ooh.
They're going to be pushing up. Twisted with the
That was
4 kill on Forte, and now they're going to be looking to plant that bomb, it looks like, or defend the bomb, sorry.
Yeah, they are going to look. Right now, let's see where everyone's position is. I'm going to jump back here in the overhead real quick just to see what we got. And it looks like the guys from Web are a little bit out of position to make a play here, but there is a little gunfight. And who was that? Ooh, that is going to be a 2v1 now. So now the tides have turned just a little bit, but pressure is still on Web to get the bomb defuse as well as find this final person, and I think that is it. So now they just have to get the defuse, and they will go for it.
Here's a little bit of information for you. So if we take a look at the scoreboard, Skill Web is on a 5-kill streak. Given his teammate backed off the defuse, gave him another 100 points, and that's going to put him in really good shape for a good kill streak.
Right. So now this whole thinking of score streaks, I know we've talked about it so much, but it now puts in a third dimension of thinking. Now you have to think about your score streaks. You have to think about your team's score streaks.
Yep.
You have to let your team know about your score streaks as well. That way it can possibly help you in the next round, especially when it comes to S&D. So you want to be communicating with your team. And now Call of Duty has turned into a much more thinking game on, how many points is a defuse, how many points is a plant, how many points is a kill, and how many points is that first capture in a hard point. So now you have so many different ways of thinking. I think that's actually a good thing for this game as well as the community in general, as to everybody thinking, oh, Call of Duty are dumb players. No, not anymore. And there's a trophy system again.
Yeah. We use our brains to think sometimes, but we got Sender now pushing on the flank side. He's got the MSMC. He's looking for the flank defending position, and he does end up seeing somebody. He's going to back off. I'm not sure if this is a good gunfight to get into. It is an AR player versus SMG, but he does have some help. Simps is able to get in there and wrap up that kill. That's good teamwork, being distracted, the cat and mouse game. And now we're left to it looks like a 2-on-2.
3v2 now, as
3v2.
we were going to see Web take out Sim.
I was right.
Twisted took out Forte right there. Forte was actually using a really nice vantage point in the top office area. Now it's down to a 1v1 with Lullaby Web. Lullaby from Web up against Twisted from Clockwork. He does have bombs, so there is no need for him to run out there. Using the smoke, though, as a cover or as a screen is a very good play. I want to switch up and go on board with Twisted and see what he sees from here. That is actually a really nice smoke.
Yeah.
Let's see if he gets it down. He doesn't
I
get it
wasn't
down.
sure.
Oh,
Yeah, he
is that a
does
juke?
see
Okay,
him.
He got it down. Yeah.
He does see him. He's looking for him and trying to decide where his goal. He misses the jump. Jumps down below. Lullaby able to just line up the kill. Puts 3 in his dome and ends the round. Ties it up for Web. Web coming from the back here and just taking it. Just taking it.
Yeah, 3 rounds in a row. And you know what? You got to give credit to skill there from Webb, winning out that first round. Like I said, it might be the momentum that they needed to win that. He got the ace. So maybe his team rallied behind him, and they just picked it up from there. So we're going to see if they can make it 4 rounds in a row.
Now I'm on board here with Brian Saint. He's pushing into a very, very aggressive push toward their AR player that usually defends that A-bomb for Webb was not able to spot him into that middle train. We've got 2 going top side of the control room. We've got 1 hanging back on our own bridge, or their own bridge, rather. And it looks like they're just waiting for an initial round kill. And Twisted was able to pick up the kill on the backside, and that is meaning that they are pushing for this bomb plant. Now, A seems to be the ideal place to get that bomb plant off. It seems much more enclosed and easier to defend. What do you think about that?
Yeah, absolutely. It is easier to defend, as well as once you get the bomb plant down, just run back, because it's stopped. It's in an open area. You really only have maybe about 2. I think Yeah, you only have 2 entrances in there. You have the train, and then you also have the door. But the window, I mean, if you're standing in the window, you're going to get taken out. I'm
Oh
sure
yeah.
if your team is a good shot. So right now we're stuck in a 2v1 here.
And they're just transitioning back and forth, trying to look for that player. And there he goes down. Rounds go into him. Exchanges there. Lullaby Web able to hold on to that kill, but just barely. And now we're going to be switching over. And Web not able to contest against Simp, as Simp does pick up the kill. And Clockwork finally gets a round back in their pocket.
Yeah, absolutely. Coming down from okay, they had a 3-0, and then they lost 3 rounds in a row. Going back to it, now winning this one. 2 more rounds and they take it off. They just have to keep it. They have to just keep it in their minds that 2 more rounds, and they got the W here to make it the 2nd map in a row. But Webb definitely doing work, man. Winning 3 rounds in a row, that's huge. I just want to see something different from both these teams here, as it seems been pretty wow. I don't know if you see this, but Lullaby has all his score streaks.
I was actually just looking for that, and you're right. He does
Just
get
got
hit there
EMP.
with an EMP nade. That's going to buy them a little bit of time. They're strongly pushing over towards that A side. Lullaby is now pushed into kind of watching for that flank, watching for that middle crossover. They've got 2 in red train. They're bunching up a little too close for my liking, but here comes the kill streaks as the air support goes down, and I'm not sure if it counted, if it's still in his pocket or not, but they were able to hold on to that win.
Yeah, that's a very good point there, Doc. I don't know. He never let it go. He just pulled it out. But I'm actually curious. I've never seen that before.
He probably just pinged the map, to be honest. Ping
Yeah,
the
you know
map,
what, you're
find
right,
out the
yeah.
last player where he was, able to call it out to his teammates, because as soon as he brought out the pad and he pinged the map, they were able to get that kill. So just a little bit of insider information, tips and tricks from the pros here, brought to you by Turbo Show and Holiday Doc.
Call of Duty for Dummies. All right, we're
Wait,
going to
whoa. Why are you giving away my business plan like that, bro? Now I gotta copyright that before somebody else gets in there. Call of Duty for Dummies.
Call of Duty for Dummies TN. All right, so we're going to see Center there return a kill on Webb, taking him out in a long shot, making it a 3v3 situation with the bomb down, mind you, right there on the B domination side, but it is going to be picked up once again. Center getting some nice spam shots across the map on the other side of the bridge. Let's see where everyone is positioned. They are pretty much ready to defend this A side if they do spot anyone from Clockwork moving their way in. Anyone using Dead Silence? Simt is actually using Dead Silence there, as well as Twisted, but he did give up using that extreme conditioning, which in S&D, you know what's actually could be a smart play.
So they are exchanging shots. They've got 2 members of Clockwork over in the red train. Now one's transitioning over to the backside lockers, and they are looking to plant that A-bomb, but Webb is set up nicely to defend it as well, except that cross shot there by Symph, able to pick up that top kill on top bridge, and that Hellstorm missile misses. That's a huge mistake, and Clockwork was able to capitalize on that and send them packing. It is now a 5-4 lead in favor of O2 Clockwork.
Yeah, 5 lead. Final kill cam here with Sender, though. I don't know. It just feels like it's a little rough around the edges for both teams. The momentum, once they get it, it just feels like it dissipates. And they've been trading back and forth, but now a Webb is in the position where they need to win this round, mainly because if they lose it, it will go for Clockwork. The map will go for Clockwork, but also they're on the offensive side, so they have a lot more work to put in. I don't know if Webb saw this person who jumped up on the top office did.
Ooh, they're exchanging back and forth. The drop shot didn't help him, and Webb, or Call of Duty, had to actually come up there and clean up that kill. But there is another jump or person waiting to get up in that jump up. We'll see if he's able to do something there. Once again, Skill is on the backside, watching flank, looking for the floater over on B side to try and come in behind. And if we move over to Forte was dead. If we move over to Lullaby, Lullaby connects in, connecting with Webb, making it now it's a 2-on-1.
Yeah, now it's a 2v1 situation. Bomb in hand with Lullaby Webb over by the A site. He does have his score streaks in hand also. That sentry gun, why not pop it out right now? You might need it for that next round, but we'll see. He does have a lightning strike. He could also ping the map with that as well. I didn't see Ghost on anybody, or you can't really need Ghost, or was it Cold-Blooded? Can you use Cold-Blooded?
Cold-Blooded, yeah, you can use Cold-Blooded. I think that's a necessary to keep in the game, especially if we're allowing helicopters and stuff. So
yeah, absolutely. I mean, yesterday I was running a show match, and I saw somebody pull out a stealth chopper, and that won them the round. Pretty much went on Slums hardpoint, but now we are in the 11th round, final round.
Tiebreaker.
Yeah, Clockwork and WEB here on Express S&D, where WEB does have defense. Let's see if maybe Clockwork are changing things up. They are, Doc. Now they have 3 or 4 even pushed up on the B side of the map with that sentry gun going down on A, but he is going to move it now.
Ooh, that was a beautiful pause up, and Skill was able to grab one on the bomb carrier, pausing up that bomb plant for just a little bit longer. His team was in no good position, though, to get in and defend that bomb plant from getting planted a second time. They have 3 members up. It is a 3-on-3 right now, and now a 2-on-2 as both teams trade 1 for 1. They're going to be moving in here to B, but Blue takes out, takes out Lullaby on the blue street, and he's now pushing in and trying to make something happen, close out this round. Symph with the M8 on the backside, watching both flank and into the center of the map. He's got some help. Webb takes out one in the middle, and that's going to
he's got a lot of time left here, Doc. Yeah, he's got a lot of time left. I mean, he's got 15 seconds, just has to get this kill. He spots him, though. Call of Duty does spot him. He could go for that defuse on Symph, but he needs to get it now. That's it. Round over, actually, already. So there's no
he
point
knew it was over. He's going to let him grab the kill, and that's going to put our series tied up at 1-1. But that was a really close game of Search to Destroy, and that's why I'm really becoming a fan of Search to Destroy. Black Ops 1, I could have gone either way on it, watch it or not watch it. But in Black Ops 2, Search to Destroy offers so many new elements to the game that are just much more exciting for the average viewer and player. I think we're going to see a lot of championships won, made or break with these search games.
Yeah, absolutely. I've always been a proponent of saying S&D. Wait, what? Okay. I've always been a proponent of S&D being the winner of tournaments. I mean, we saw it here. We've seen it at MLGs, and then we even saw it at this last UMG in Chicago up against, what was it? It was Complexity up against Optic in that final S&D round, and it was actually on Express too. So you know what, S&D guys, work on that S&D game, and your chances of winning tournaments actually, I feel like, increases.
So the third map, I believe, is CTF on Raid, and to be quite honest, I'm still not sold on CTF. I think there's some different elements we might need to change going here into the future. Maybe teams just haven't adapted to the way this game is played on CTF yet, but to me it seems really just too slow.
Yeah, absolutely. It does seem a little slow. I think it's the spawn time. You don't see many numbers dropped as you think you would. 30 bombs, you don't see many of those, but when you see them, it's big plays, but it's usually players that are going up against, not weaker players, but yeah, maybe.
I know what you mean. Like you see 1 or 2 standout players, but when they are standing out, it's when they're just manipulating, certain parts of the game, or they got a kill streak up, just raping face like a chopper, or they managed to get a couple airstrikes in there. But to me, CTF is just. It's not that fast-paced, keep you on your toes CTF that we're used to seeing. Spawn times have changed, spawn elements have changed a little bit. Working your way through the map, sometimes you'll pull flag, and no matter where your team is, to help you out with the respawns, for some reason or not, the opposite team respawns directly on your face, shoots you in the back, and now you're back to a 0-0 or a tied-off flag run. We also see a lot of just trades, counter capping over counter capping. One team will finally make that break play, get a flag out, but they've extended too far to make that happen, and they get counter capped. So now we're back at the 1-1. So.
Right, exactly. And also it could be map or flag positioning as well. I've seen recently a lot of stalemates, and it's kind of frustrating, not only from a spectator point of view, but a caster point of view too.
Exactly.
Not much going on. Everybody's playing 4D, and it's just... It just gets a little frustrating. I think it might be map positioning or flag positioning, but we'll see. Maybe something will change, and it might make it a little bit better. But Raid captured the flag with the WEB up against Clockwork at a tie of map count 1-1, getting everything started here. What are your predictions here, Doc?
Well, I'm going to go over to Sender right away, because Sender was the big killer in the first hardpoint game. He was able to land a lot of his shots. He was controlling most of the map that he was trying to hold on to. So I'm going to start over here. I think we're going to see a really close game. Obviously these teams are really close matched so far from what we saw. So I don't think any team's going to break away on the CTF score by any means. One thing I do want to bring up real quickly too is I watched a show match the other day. I forget who it was 100%. But there was a team running 4 ARs. And basically, how they were positioning is they would move up, get into a head spot, and catch people on the run. It was a really slow game, but they were able to win like 2-0. But here we are, and that flag was taken, and they overextended just a little bit. The flag is now paused up there, and he was able to hold on to it. Center grabbing that flag kill and able to hold on to it. Here we are, another dive in. He dives in and gets the return. Wow, how freaking awesome was that? He just goes in, balls deep, and just runs over there and dives onto the flag. And for Sender, that must have been super frustrating.
Absolutely. For Clockwork right now, though, they were a little bunched up there for a second, a little too much. I'm going to pop up the scoreboard. 5-1 for Twisted thus far from Clockwork. Like you were talking about before with the ARs, yeah, it's what I like to call playing off of picks. It goes back to my Counter-Strike days when I was playing that, and I kind of like to relate it to Call of Duty and Capture the Flag is when you get control, because it's all about map control. So once you get that kill, you want to start rotating and getting control of different areas. That way you got to
leapfrog. You got to move around the map. You can't just stay prone in one spot, get a couple kills, get a couple kills. You got to progress. If you're not progressing, you're not taking advantage of the kill, and it's like a pointless kill. And then you're going to be called like a kill whore, or just pointless kills, and you don't want that to happen because you'll get dropped off at teams quicker than it already happens.
You'll lose followers or gain followers depending on where you are. Yeah. You'll gain hate or you'll gain love, one of the two. But going back to the game, having 2 minutes into it thus far, still a score of 0-0. No one has made much headway. Flags were pulled, though, but they were quickly returned like we were talking about previously before the matchup even started. And I think that might be the case here. And I do see a smoke out in kitchen. I don't know why. But that, is, like I said, innovation is key. Maybe the smoke will provide some sort of cover. But Sender now is trying to get some kills down to control that right side of the map here. What do you think is the quickest route here, Doc, in this map?
Right through the middle. If you can set up right through the middle, that's the flag highway. If you can place two players both at open and closed, right in the middle of the trees, somebody watches your back as you make the turn, you're going to be able to cap a flag in 11 seconds. We timed it. So just imagine that, 11 seconds later, your flag's gone and home and returned. You don't even know what happened.
Oh, yeah, we do have a flag pull, though.
Yeah, flag is pulled by Twisted.
And he's running it through that middle area like we were talking about before.
And here's the setup. This is a really good setup. They were able to control spawns off the initial pull. They worked their way into the second respawn of spawns, on the ring, and now they're contesting over on that right side, and they were able to get another flag pull here. Symph is able to hold on to this flag. He's going to wait for his teammates to make that position, and he's got to win this gunfight, but he doesn't. Lullaby is able to get in there and clean it up, return that flag, and they're able to pause that one up. Twisted, just going to move on to him. He's on a 4-kill streak. He's almost on the verge of grabbing that Hellfire, and kill streaks are super important in CTF. A lot of teams will, gain their early on score streaks and put them in the bag for the late end game, finishers.
There it is.
And there it is. He grabs 2 for 1 special off of that kill, and he gets the Hellfire and the airstrike, and unfortunately got taken out there. Moving over onto Sender. Sender's last man up, waiting for the respawns, able to hold off a little bit of map control in the center of the map, grabs 1 as he exited towards the kitchen, and Webb's able to counter that by picking off both players, moving their way through on the Zig, and that's going to leave Sender all by himself here, contesting back and forth. He's got 1 and 2 in front of him, able to connect into Call of Duty, but Webb's able to clean up that kill.
Yeah, absolutely. They were able to get a little bit more control of the map. Then they lost it. That's another thing I'm seeing a lot. And someone from, let's see who this is. That is Webb. He's all the way back in the garage already of Clockwork's base.
So he's cherry picking. He's cherry picking.
Yeah, he could definitely. He's going to grab it. And let's see where the spawns are up. They're going to be around the middle area. I don't know if he knows this or not, but he's going to run into 2 players from Clockwork now. And he gets taken out himself by Sender from Clockwork. Right off the spawn. Flag pulled from the base of Webb. Oh, there's
the kill streaks, man.
Yeah,
that was huge. Pausing up that flag pull, able to just control those points on the board just for a little bit longer. Make sure they didn't go into a 2-0 deficit off the round or second part of the round. So, good timing, good placement on the Hellstorm.
Yeah, absolutely, and it did play a pretty big part into not allowing 2 more scores, but they might need it this coming up around. So it comes into weight of, should I have kept it? Should I have let it go? Or it was a good play to go? But yeah, you don't know between these two teams, and I'm going to see if anybody. Oh, he does. All right, Skill does have a lightning strike on in hand right now, so he could use it early on, and after his team gets a positioning and some kills, use it as you said to ping where the other players are, and maybe allow his team to run some routes.
They got to do something here real quick. You don't want to, stay, a point down for the last part of the second half, because you'll notice teams will start to turtle. No matter how much they don't want to, a win is still a win, inch or a mile. So if they have to pull back and play more defensively in the second half of the game, most teams will tend to do that. Fortunately enough, we're seeing O2 Clockwork here making a really aggressive push into the spawn and trying to make way for this flagpole. They got the spawn pops on the right side of the map off of the I forget what we call that for the call-out, but backside of the pool house, I think. And unfortunately, those spawns, like I talked about before we started this map, are sometimes unpredictable. No matter where you are or how you position yourself, you always have to be aware that sometimes you're going to get that Joker card pulled on you, and you're not going to be able to adapt quick enough, and it's just how it is.
Yeah, right now though the score is still 1-0 in favor of Clockwork, pulling up the overhead. It seems like the guys from Web are playing a little defensive, a little too defensive.
I don't know if they're playing defensive or if they're being caught on the spawns. I don't think they're being able to get in there, because look, the center's picking up a beautiful 3-piece. All 3 members of Web trying to escape, and center just shoots them down, knocks them out of the park, and that's gonna defend their flag a little bit longer. And but we're still seeing no points on the board here for Web.
Yeah, it's still a long game left with 3 minutes left in this second round, though. And let's see if they can start to gain some more map control, maybe adjust some plays. It just doesn't seem like it's working out.
Sender's shot is on fire right now. He's connecting like left, right, and center, just able to make positions work for him here. And look at that beautiful play, looking for the third, trying to bait Lullaby into coming back, but unfortunately Hipfire was a little strong on the preemptive strike on that play, and he was able to push in, defend bottom art, forcing his player to back up. Simps now pushing into the front side of the base. He's got help in front of him. Saints is going to grab that flag and try to lead his way through the zig. They got positions on both sides of the open and close, and now it does look like Simp is just looking for the respawns, and that Hellstorm missile is going to come in, not connect with a group, but able just to single pick one, and the flag does go down inches away from the point. And that is actually going to get cooped in, and second flag is now on the board.
Yeah, second flag is on the board, so they are on a 2-0 deficit right now, they being, in fact, Web. And let's see on the map here. You know what? If I were Clockwork, play a little bit more passive. Just control the spawns, maybe. Just keep them away. And that is a quick, wow. That is going to be 3 down for Web. If Clockwork wants to solidify their win, maybe start pushing up a little bit more. As I say that they're going to try to gain control a little bit. Let's see. There's one rogue player. I think that is, in fact, it is going to be Saint or Brian Saint, but he did get taken out by iSkill Web. I want to see if anyone from Team Clockwork has any score streaks. No score streaks. I still, Forte from Web, though, is running that stealth chopper. Maybe start running some lower score streaks, guys. Get your game down. Yeah. Twisted does have a lightning strike, but you know what? It seems like they need to get some work going.
At this point in the game, if your objective player hasn't been able to make anything happen for your team so far, switch it up. Take your support role player, put him in the forefront, and see if he can make things happen, because it's not working. You got to change it up. You have to adapt. You can't keep doing the same thing and expect the results to change for you. So they need to do something real quick. Time is running out. We have less than a minute to go. They'll have to make some big plays happen if they're able to tie this up, and I don't see that happening.
No, I don't see that happening either, as Call of Duty was going to grab the flag from the base, but Center was going to be right there to take him out. Now, Lullaby did grab the flag, but he got quickly dropped himself by Twisted from Clockwork, and we do have someone that is Forte in the back spawn of Clockwork, pretty much just I guess he's just racking up kills, but that's not really a position to do much.
I guess he's just there. I don't know what he's doing. Sometimes you get that. You get players that are confident with the win. Now they're just trying to pad the stats, make it look just that much better, and that could be the case. It might not be. I don't know. Brian Saint able to get up a couple beautiful plays there, both front side on the middle of kitchen and wrapping over to money window, and he does get a third trying to push in, and it looks like Clockwork's just shutting these guys down every opportunity that they can. Webb just not able to make any plays happen for them.
Absolutely, and 7 seconds, nothing's going to happen.
Nothing's
going
to happen. That's going to mean we got a 2-0 lead.
2-0? 2-1.
Or 2-1, sorry. 2-1 lead for Clockwork up against Team Webb.
Yeah, and that CTF game was just really, really well played out and thought out by Clockwork. Sender, though, like you said, heavy hand, heavy finger on that trigger, that modded finger.
There you go, throwing that word around again. You're going to get in trouble.
No, it's not modded. He's just, you could just have a really fast finger. I mean,
I don't know if you remember me from back in World at War days, but I was, voted by far the fastest trigger finger in the game every time.
Now, did you use your forefinger or did you use your middle finger?
I used my knuckle, actually.
Shut up.
I swear to you, it was one of the very first videos that made me famous.
Or didn't happen.
There was a video. I had to make a video. Literally, everybody thought I was cheating, so I had to go out and buy new controllers, unwrap the controllers on video, and fire it for people to believe me that I wasn't using a modded controller. Because if you remember back in World at War days, the M1A1 was the end-all, be-all gun.
Yeah,
so if you could fire it like a machine gun, well, you would win every gunfight in the world. So,
yeah, absolutely.
I
want to see this video. Tweet it to me later.
I will, for sure. So, moving in. This is a best of 5. So first team that gets to three wins is going to take the victor. It could be O2 Clockwork. They're going to have to do a lot of work to be able to shut out Webb. I don't think Webb's going to go down that easy. I think we'll see Webb come back here in this next map. I'd like to see a Slums hardpoint. I think that's a really fast, action-packed gameplay. I know a lot of people have been asking to see some more hardpoints, so maybe we'll make that happen. I think they're just deciding on map and game type in the. Yeah, it does look like we're gonna play Slums. So, Mind Reader, look at that.
Yeah, I mean, a man of many features and talents. The next thing he will be reading your mind, so don't come around him or don't play poker with this man.
You'd want to play poker with me. I lose.
Really?
I lose all the time.
Dude, I love poker.
I get like one good hand, I'm like all in. Fuck it, let's go, and I'll lose.
Yep.
I got a pair of 2s. Win. Let's go. All in.
What does this mean? What is A? Did I win?
No.
All right, so hardpoint Slums, where we did see Webb go in hard on that first hardpoint on standoff up against Clockwork. It just threw us for a loop. So let's see if they got that going down. But
I think it was a 139-point lead, wasn't it? 111.
Yeah, it was a very, very large lead. But the thing here also is that I feel like Capture the Flag and Hardpoint are, they have some of the same ideas behind them, but, I just don't know where Webb's head was that last game.
To me, it seemed like O2 Clockwork, the more veteran of the team, used their past game experience from playing CTF and transitioned their previous styles of play in CTF into this new game mode, and were just able to hold down positions, make sure that their anchor points were there and their cutoffs were there, whereas Webb, it just seems like they ran into the gauntlet. They got caught running through places that they shouldn't have been, got a little too overzealous, and pushed points on the board that just were not necessary, and they got caught off guard and caught with, I guess you could say, with their pants down. But
yeah, absolutely. We did see that first hardpoint captured by, I think it was Skill. He did see 2 players in front of him. He took out one, and then he challenged another one. He was the first one in there with 200 points. He also had support from 2 other teammates. So he, you got to kind of be quick on your feet when thinking about that. I'm one more kill away from a hailstorm missile.
Yeah.
Why not save it, let my team get it, and then I'll just get another kill later on that I know I can get for that score streak. That's another way of thinking. You guys gotta start thinking about that now. There's like I said, it's a 5 or 6 dimensional thinking now in Call of Duty. So keep your heads on
Ooh.
swivels, guys.
So Clockwork there, just able to grab a huge 3-piece, knocking 3 of Webb's players down. And we'll just quickly talk about their anchor boy, Mr. Sender. He's moved into position on the back side of the board here on the wall. And what this is going to allow you to do is control your spawns. You're going to consistently and over again spawn on the hard point. That is crucial for winning this game type. If you don't have a player doing that, you are going to lose. You're just not going to be able to contest the hard point long enough to get into any sort of good position. So a good team that plays hardpoint really well is a team that has a beautiful anchor, and a lot of teams are desperate for that anchor player right now. What do you think about that?
No, it's great. I love seeing people tweet out saying looking for a solid anchor. You know, it's really cool to have another position out there instead of, you know, you got the Slayer, you got the OBJ, or you have a support. Now you have anchor. Now that anchor player does also have to play well in other game types other than hardpoint.
For
but
sure.
mind you, yeah, it's just good to see another anchor player, and you know, he has to have that good shot, smart thinking, and he just has to be quick on his feet and quick on his head to know, all right, I got to start running for this hard point. Okay, I have to control the spawn, so this is where I'm going to go. So it is nice to see the anchor player, and I think it's gonna the anchor player is gonna play an integral part on any team, though.
Oh, 100%. I'm going to take a quote from one of my own teammates here, Mr. Freddie Folsom. You may have heard of him. And he said when I was talking to him that he would rather play 3v4 on any hardpoint map with your anchor not getting any kills but just controlling your spawns. That shows you how important, you know, your spawns are on hardpoint. You know, if you're not getting those good spawns, you're running halfway across the map to try and put points on the board. You're gonna be, you know, playing chase or playing catch up all the time.
Absolutely. Whoa,
And
there
Sender,
is that
this is
pistol.
why Sender is such a good player. He had 2 people on his backside trying to take him out, and he grabs the third, taking out Forte. Everybody's gunning for this guy. He's moving left, he's moving right. He's got another lined up in the laundry. He's picking him off left, right, and center, pulling out that pistol to kind of wrap it up and put some show points on the board. Wow.
And
And there's the Hellstorm. They had to use a kill streak to actually knock him off the point. So, wow, amazing play by him right there.
Absolutely, that was a big play, and the funniest thing about it is he held that down. He held the spawn for his team.
That was all him.
That is exactly what we're talking about, guys, when it comes to a good anchor player. Pretty much, I guess you could say main Slay, but it's a lot more than that now.
Oh, it's way more than a Slayer position, you know, because anybody could just go around the map. Oh, wow. I got to stop right there. Twisted with the Hellstorm, you know, end all be all right there. It just takes everybody out. But, you know, like I said, anybody can just go onto the board, you know. Playing anchor is much, much more than getting kills. It's being aware of where your team is. It's being aware of where you need to be up next. And I'm going to use a pool analogy here. And if you play pool, or if you played pool before, you know, you don't want to just hit the ball for that one shot, get your one shot in the pocket. You want to hit your ball and set your shot up for the next play. You always want to look 2 or 3 steps ahead, and that's why it's so important for these anchor players to get into positions like this, because those guys are setting you up for success on the next hard point.
Exactly. Pool, chess, whatever you think it is, think ahead, guys. Like we keep saying, keep repeating ourselves. It's just something, you know, you have to think 5 dimensions or whatever. But, I mean, the score is still very close.
Very close,
I mean,
right.
The guys from Web are catching up right now. Luckily, Twisted was able to get in there before they tied it up, and now he's going to have it. Center getting that 2-piece there. Let's see if they're setting up. No, someone from Web is actually set up in there already. Let's see who that is. That is, in fact, Lullaby from Web. He's setting up in the back spawn, but it looks like Clockwork's going to have that back spawn already. And 15 seconds at the next hard point.
They got a lucky spawn there.
Hard point counter there, Doc. I'm sorry, I had to interrupt you, but
Yeah.
I like having the hard point there. Counter for Codcaster.
Let's have a round of applause for Activision and Treyarch. Mostly David Vonderhaar, because that guy's the man. You know, if we ask, we shall receive, it seems. And one of our biggest concerns with Codcaster mode was the fact that we didn't have a timer for the hard point to know when the transition was about to pop for the next side.
And spectators, too.
Oh, and spectators, exactly. So now that we've got that, we're able to provide a more solid base of commentating. So, you know, big thanks to that guy. You know, can't give him enough love because he does so much for our competitive community. It's unreal.
Love, baby.
Yeah, we'll get Turbo Show to serenade him.
I will sing to David Vonderhaar. You know what? Okay. Video topic. Anyway, going back now, it is still a very close game.
Really
7-point differential. Web is making their way back up, though. 4 minutes left. Still a long game ahead of these two teams. Maybe Clockwork is being a little too hasty on that anchor position, rotating over to the next. But let's see here. They only, Webb only had 2 people in that last hard point.
Yep.
The other 2 were getting ready for the next hard point over in couches, and one is setting up his anchor, and now they have it. So the tides might be turning here, Doc. So that's where we have the thinking ahead, and maybe even Webb did act upon that.
I agree, but Webb. Okay, let's start. 0-2 Clockwork transitioned a little early. They got caught off guard now, it looks like. They weren't able to hold on to spawns, and Webb has now transitioned in, taken over spawns, and now, Skills is running with a full set of score streaks as well. So this is going to put him in great shape to not only, take control of this next hard point, which is going to be crucial as far as timing goes.
Teammate.
But yeah, he's going to hold on to things really well here.
Ooh, that death machine, though, is doing some work for sure. He does have that score streak in hand. And the hard point is about to swap over, so maybe he's just waiting for it to release the demons as soon as he the hard point switches over. But yeah, I mean, he's getting kills. Let's see if anybody else. He's still got full score streaks. Call of Duty Web is about to make his way into a hailstorm missile. Hardpoint is in control though for Clockwork.
It's contested right now. Everybody's going in there. Clockwork picks off a 4-piece. Sending Webb packing back to spawn. That was a huge transition to kind of even things out. 171 to 168. This is the closest hardpoint game I've watched in a while. And now we're seeing Webb kind of push into spawn or push into hardpoint here. Grab some much needed points on the board, but Twisted's able to counter that, get in there, and take the kill and contest it even a little bit longer.
Wow. Yeah, it's a big play. This is a big hill, too, for these two teams because the next one transfers over into middle, and that's just going to be a battle. You want to gain as many points, I feel like, here because the other team is going to be set up already.
Yeah, so to me, the guy who wins this next hard point, main on Monument, is going to win the game because whoever sets up nicely for the spawns, controls the backside anchor, is going to allow them to basically double cap on both these hard points. So we'll see what happens. Sender's looking for the anchor player right now. He grabs Forte. That was a huge kill right there. He's going to now push in, but Webb is able, or Call of Duty started able to wrap in behind him and take out that kill. Now it's kind of a push and make or break time for the center hardpoint on Monument, and he's going to be looking for somebody. He's got 3 teammates with him, 2 on the left, 2 or 1 on the right, and the spawns have now flopped. He had to get that kill, but he was not able to connect fully, and that's going to leave this up to Webb to bring it back, it looks like. When I said they weren't going to go down without a fight, and it looks like I was right. We're all tied game, up. Doc. Tie game, man.
Tie game, baby, and we do have Skill with all his score streaks. Now is the time to pull it out and definitely try and stop the other team because you do have enough time with this next hardpoint coming up if you do capture it to win it out. And let's see, there is someone set up in anchor position,
100%.
And Clockwork is already moving their way over. So, like you were saying, this is a crucial hardpoint here, Doc, and it seems like they are battling till the final seconds, and that is what it's going to come down to.
Ooh, the only problem with Webb is they don't have somebody actually on the hard point. Clockwork could be able to transition, get somebody on the point, getting those much needed points on the board, but here comes the kill streaks. Are they going to be able to knock him off long enough? And it does look like he does get 2 team kills at the same time, but that's going to buy him a little bit of time. I'm not sure how this is going to end.
Players from Webb are around the hard point, though, and how many Clockwork players, they are just outnumbered and outgunned, but it does look like Clockwork, if no, it's just contested right now. That's another thing. Contest it. If you're in the lead and
just
you
jump
find
on
a good
it. Just go, man.
Contest. Yeah. The seconds count, especially in a game type like this, and that is it. It is going to go for Clockwork here as it is contested.
Man.
Just transfer back and forth. It just looks like that the guys from Clockwork definitely wanted it just a little bit more than Webb, and that's going to be a score of 213 to 206 for Clockwork, and a map count of 3-1 for Clockwork as well to win the series.
That was pretty good gameplay. I honestly expected Webb to kind of come back there at the end and hold on to those last 2 hard points to push this to a much-needed tiebreaker map count. But, man, so close but so far. What do you think about getting Webb in here for a quick interview and seeing what these guys are all about?
Let's do it, man. Let's go. I want to find out. Interview time with Doc and Turbo. Let's go.
We need a theme song.
Or we could do like da-na-na, nightly news.
Ba-da-bum-bum-bum-bum. Here with Holiday Doc.
Well, hello there.
Get your news announcer voice ready. Let's go. Hey,
Alright, guys.
good games, guys. Hey, oh, nobody's in the party chat.
Oh, sad days are sad.
Good games, Twisted. Yeah, it was best of 5. Yeah, thanks for the games.
All right, GG's, guys.
Yo, who's got Skype and can hop on Skype for a quick interview for Web? Okay. Okay, I'll send you a DM with my Skype.
All right, so we're gonna get a quick interview here, guys. Thanks for tuning in to this
Oh
Friday
yeah,
night.
for sure. This
Podcast.
is a weekly thing too. So
Yeah. So be sure to subscribe to the channel, guys. It is Youch Live on here. And also thank you all for tweeting it out, and as well as tweeting me and Doc. I did see that. Much appreciated. Great work between these two teams. And you will see more of this next week with different casters as well. I think Doc has someone lined up already. Or
I don't. Everybody I line up early and backs out at the last minute. It's kind of frustrating. Thank God we had you here, able to hold my hand through this exciting night.
I could have been doing other. It is Mardi Gras right now.
Yeah, you could be out collecting beads or what?
Yeah, plastic beads, for nothing. But I do love being here with you guys and appreciate it. And so be sure to follow everything that goes on here because there's more and some surprises coming up, right? Perhaps, maybe.
Oh yes.
Okay.
Tomorrow.
All right,
Tomorrow is going to be a big day for for all of competitive Call of Duty, I think. But I don't want to get too into it because there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff to get into. It's a
dropping
long
them bombs.
But we are going to do a post-game interview here with Team Web as Web's kind of come out of the woodwork, I guess you could say, just forming their team right after UMG. I'm really interested in hearing where these guys came from a little bit more and relaying their story, their information, as well as, just informing, you guys, the public viewers on, how to get involved in competitive play. I'm not sure if anybody knows, but, Call of Duty XP was announced that if you play League play and you're a top 8 team, you get a free ride all the way to COD XP $1 million tournament. So.
Yeah. Did you mention it was $1 million tournament?
It's $1 million.
That's $1 million. It's $1 million US. That's the only real money in the world. I'm just letting you guys know that right now. I think first place is actually going to be around $400K.
Wow.
But they pay out all the way to about 8.
Yep.
That's the 8th place. I'm sorry, but that's crazy.
It is pretty crazy.
And, I mean, you guys make your way out to MLG, make top 8 over there. You'll get pulled in as well. But
big baller,
league, guys.
big Call of Duty baller time.
Yeah, baby baller.
So we got Joe. I'm not even gonna try and say your last name. But
Them.
yeah.
Yeah, it's Ganem.
Ganem.
That's what I said, man.
Okay.
This guy must be lagging.
Yeah, it probably is.
So your gamer tag is Call of Duty Web.
Yeah.
And you're part of Team Web. What can you tell me about your new team that's just obviously formed right after UMG Chicago?
Well, it's not really my new team. I mean, Lullaby's my brother.
Yeah.
And Forte lives like 5 minutes from me.
Mm-hmm.
So we've been together for a long time. And Ilskill, we've known since 2009. But we never teamed with them. And when he said he wasn't a free agent, we're just like, all right, we're going to pick you up. And, it's been working so far, as you can see by those close games that just happened.
Nice,
Yeah,
keeping it local.
It is
and
really
local.
working for you guys, and nobody called you pub players. Nobody did.
Yeah,
We
just
just-
that right now, man.
we
That was my bad. That was my bad.
We didn't know where you had come from as far as the competitive side, and we were more relating your gameplay to a league style play more than the traditional comp style play. Just guns only type gun style. So.
Have you played competitively before, or
Oh, yeah. I've been playing it since 2008. I mean, Ego still knows me after all these years, and Karma still knows me.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So
Are you
what
planning
is-
on competing in like MLG or the next coming up possible UMG?
Yeah. I mean, we already have this stuff booked for Dallas,
Okay.
and I mean, we're feeling good. We feel good about our chances placing top 16. I mean, it's really possible, I mean, I feel in this game any team can beat the top teams. Like I feel like this game, worse than any other game, has been pretty even as far as a skill gap goes.
Well,
We'll
you know,
see.
you guys are doing fantastic. Your hardpoint game is top notch. I do see, you know, a little bit of issues with your CTF. What can you tell me about
Yeah.
CTF?
I don't know why. Like we have a CTF curse. We're just really not good at CTF. I mean, hardpoint, we're great at because
Yeah.
our communication is great, and search we just take it slow, communicate, and we do fine at that. But CTF, man, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a 5-second respawn. I don't know if it's just as a game. We just are not great at it for some reason.
Yeah,
Alright.
yeah, I totally
You just have
understand.
to
man.
work
You just-
on it. It just takes
yeah,
work,
exactly. Just got to go
practice.
on that grind, man.
So is
No.
Web your team name or is it an organization?
Oh no, it's our team name, and
Okay.
there's a long story behind it. I probably couldn't explain it to you in this Skype interview, but yeah,
Oh.
I'll just say how it started. It started out when we used to play GB, and we started competitive, and we for our team name on GB, we put a little symbol. It wasn't an actual name; it was just a symbol of a symbol like calculator thing, and we just put it there randomly. It just looked like a web, so everyone called us Web, and that's
I
what
gotcha.
Ego called
Very-
us. Yep.
Very cool,
Well,
man.
that's really good, man. Glad to see you on board. I'm sure we'll see more of you here in the next couple weeks. What can you tell me about your gamer tag? Why Call of Duty? Why not something a little more personalized?
I mean, people always bash me for that, and you know, people say it's not original, but then I say you didn't think of it, so.
It
But
makes it really hard for commentators. I don't know if you know this.
Yeah.
But when
Yeah.
I'm trying to say, okay, he's over there, Call of Duty's over there, people are like, derp.
You know, you could just use your last name as your gamer tag, and it would still be original because I'm just saying it just looks crazy to me.
I agree. Let's petition for a gamer tag change on
What's
web.
your Twitter? We'll get people to start tweeting at
Yeah,
you.
we'll give
His
his Twitter. I'll shout it out.
Yeah, what's your
is
Twitter?
At
What's your
Call
Twitter?
of Duty _web. So tweet
Joking
at
me.
him.
You are kidding me. That is
No.
not your Twitter, boy.
No, that's his Twitter, man.
Oh my god.
So if we'll tweet at him and just get this petition rolling, saying we're gonna need a gamer tag change in sake of commentators. So thanks.
Actually, I got that gamer tag because in 2008 everyone was doing the eye trend, you know, where you can do the eye and it looks like an L.
Yep.
And I just thought, you know what, I'll just do Call of Duty, and I just kept it since 2008. So that's what I've been.
All right, man. Well, thanks a lot for stopping by. We Turbo tweeted it out. We're gonna get underway or get wrapped up for the rest of the night here. And once again, this is a Friday night thing. Every Friday night, we're gonna try and set up teams. And you know, if we get enough teams, we'll make this 2 or 3 series matchups if we can, and get some different commentators in here, lighten it all up, and we'll see how it is.
Yeah, it sounds good.
All right. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. My name is Holiday Doc, joined here by Mr. AJ Turbo Show. I'll have everybody's links in the description once this video is finished uploading and everything like that. So thanks very much. I'm out of here.